Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Skyman TV, the Tourist Man Black Africa. I've always opined in this channel that truth is the only thing that works. When all other things fail, the only thing that remains standing is the truth. Today, we saw the Archbishop Oresa Pitt, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, throwing William Samoei Ruto under the bus. And he castigated the government of William Samoei Ruto for discrimination, nepotism, tribalism, and all evils that can be associated with William Samoei Ruto's government. He opined that when it comes to the appointment into all offices, when it comes to the civil service, when it comes to employment, when it comes to the cabinet, there is discrimination, there is tribalism, there is mapendeleo ya hali ya juu sana. Kenyans cannot forget that Oresa Pitt, although he is pitting William Samoei Ruto, tunajua vizuri sana, he is the one who helped Wafula Chebukati to declare William Samoei Ruto the president-elect. He is the one who sneaked Wafula Chebukati into the bombers of Kenya. Unajua kuna wakati ambapo Wafula Chebukati alikuwa ametoroka, kajificha, kaida mafichoni. Hakuna mtu ambaye alijua alikuwa wapi. Lakini duru za kuaminika zilikuja kusema ya kwamba alikuwa kwa Oresa Pitt. So when we see this man of God, the man of color, now castigating the government that he helped to bring together, the government that inaitwa serikali ya Mungu, then we have to ask ourselves many questions. Remember, this is also the man who led prayers in a controversial election, in a controversial presidential election. Oresa Pitt ndiye ambaye aliongoza maombi. And one thing that Kenyans are asking, where was he all the time? Alikuwa wapi wakati ambapo, unajua wakati ambapo William Samoei Ruto aliunda baraza la mawaziri, kila mmoja wetu waliona kwamba baraza hili la mawaziri had tainted people. Baraza hili la mawaziri lilikuwa na watu maafisadi kabisa. Watu ambao wengine walikuwa na kesi kotini, wengine ambao walikuwa na hata kesi za mauaji. The man of God did not talk. The church was quiet. What we have been seeing, tumekuwa tukiona viongozi wa kanisa wakitoka ikulu wakiwa na bahasha, the brown envelopes. We see them very well wakiingia katika ikulu, hawana bahasha, lakini wakitoka pale kuna wengine tunawakizindikizwa na the first lady, wakitoka kule they have brown envelopes, and we assume mle ndani mna darahimu, mna pesa. So can we now conclude that it is because maybe the government is not oiling the man of God's hands? Kwa sababu kuna mengi ambayo yamefanyika. Jambo lingine ni kwamba when you look at this church, the church, even though it is now splitting the government, it had been quiet for so long. When Kenyans are being taxed through the blood and nose and everything, the church has been quiet. The church has not been telling the president that you're taxing people too much. You are taxing the blood of innocent and poor Kenyans. Because unajua sasa uwezi ukamkama ng'ombe mpaka ukamkama maziwa, kwa sababu that is what is happening. The workers have been left to defend on one thing, what they have. The workers have not been receiving anything. Even with the high cost of living, it's a big challenge to Kenyans. The church has been quiet. Why isn't the church talking about the high cost of electricity? Why isn't the church talking about the high cost of everything? Kwa nini kanisa limenyamaza? Kwa nini waongee wakati kama huu? So I want us to look at the reason why the church have found it necessary to throw the government under the bus. The first reason in my view is because there is a feeling. Sasa mekuja kuona kwamba the government may fail. The government may fail to achieve what it promised Kenyans. Now they have come to, najua sasa, ukweli ukidhihirika uongo lazima uchutame, ujifiche kabisa. That is what is happening. And now the church want to be on the side of truth, ili wakati ambapo watu watakuwa wakipiga debe wakiingia kwenye debe ya kuchagua viongozi, basi kanisa litakuwa likionekana kana kwamba lilikuwa linafanya jambo ambalo linafaa kufanywa. But if you ask me, it is too late. The other thing is because you see, majority of Kenyans are now seeing the hypocrisy in the church, especially after the Shakahola massacre, whereby hundreds and hundreds of Kenyans have been buried there with, I understand, some body parts being harvested and sold, because we know that they have been sold, and maybe zingine zikapelekwa kwa waganga. Kile ambacho tunaweza tukasema ni kwamba the hypocrisy in the church now inaonekana wazi wazi. Watu wamekuja kuona kwamba kanisa kile ambacho inaweka katika mstari wa mbele ni hela, ni pesa, ni sadaka. Na tunaweza tukasema now it is this hypocrisy, which is worse than murderers according to Jesus Christ. Kwamba it is now what the church feel that it needs to come on the side of the truth. The other thing is because they have realized that majority of leaders in Kenya Kwanza are dishonest. If you look at the way the government wamekuwa wakisema kwamba unajua serikali imekuwa ikilaumu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for all the problems, and now even a nursery school kid knows that there are problems in this country. A nursery school kids know that shida ambazo tunakutana nazo ni nyingi, na sio kwamba ati zimeletwa na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta na Raila Amolo Odinga. So it is this dawning of the truth and people realizing that the church and the government are not honest. That is why the church is now coming to start and be counted on the side of truth. Again, when you look at what is happening, tumeona ya kwamba kanisa limejitokeza like a master of doublespeak. Even the church itself, the church inauma upande huu, inakula upande huu, lakini upande mwingine inapuliza. Upande mwingine wanataka kuonekana ni wazuri, upande mwingine wanataka kuonekana kwamba wanaongea ukweli, lakini tunajua vizuri sana kanisa halikuwa likifanya hivi. And if there is one person who should be condemned by Kenyans, it is Ole Sapit, for the role that he played in installing William Samoei Ruto as the 50th president of the Republic of Kenya. Indeed, he was not even supposed to pray in the bomas of Kenya, kwa sababu walikuwa wanaobea nini, na alikuwa anajua vizuri sana. The results were announced before. More than 15 constituencies results were announced. So they could have asked Chebukati, na matokeo umeyatoa wapi? Because if you ask me, what the church was doing, the church was siding with the government. The church was siding with Kenya Kwanza. And walikuwa nafanya hivi ili mradi Raila Amolo Odinga asiapishwe, asitagazwe kama mshindi. Remember, the first person who raised the alarm about the church, the first person who said that the church need to be controlled was Aida Odinga, the wife to Raila Amolo Odinga. And now the church was not happy. Na wakaanza kupiga domo, wakaanza kulalamika, wakisema kwamba Raila anaabudu shetani, Raila si mtu ambaye anaweza kuaminika, Raila ni muogo, Raila sijui nini, hayadi kanisani. Ile hali tunajua vizuri sana, Raila is an Anglican, is a member of the Anglican, where Ole Sapit is the archbishop. So kule kuzuia Raila Amolo Odinga kuapishwa, because if you ask me, I can say, if for instance where Ole Sapit and the other bishops told Wafula Chebukati, no, we are not going to announce the results. Let's have all the results verified and counted. Let's have the true winner declared the president of the Republic of Kenya. I believe maybe Wafula Chebukati could have listened to him. And what I know is that it is very true, it is very clear that this was a scripted thing. I believe that Wafula Chebukati hakuamka siku moja akasema ataenda kwa archbishop. Najua vizuri sana kwa sababu najua katika ule msafara kuingia katika Bomas, wale ambao walikuwa wanaongoza pale ni watu wa dini wakiwa wameshika Biblia, which was wrong in my view, because the church and the state are very different. Na ukiangalia utaona kwamba in one area this government has continued to misuse public money. The government has continued to overtax Kenyans. The government has continued to increase the school fees. The government has continued to exploit Kenyans in all ways. Lakini kanisa inazidi tu kunyamaza. Kanisa la Mungu linazidi tu kutazama pale. What can we say? We can only say that they are beneficiaries. And tena, they have allowed the politicians, especially from Kenya Kwanza, to use the pulpit to abuse other Kenyans, abuse other leaders. Where on earth did you find a church where the name of Raila Amolo Odinga is mentioned many times than the name of Jesus Christ is mentioned? Where on earth did you find a church becoming the ground, a political rally? Where on earth do you find the congregations clapping, wakipiga makofi wanasiasa wa Kenya Kwanza, eti kwa sababu wanamtusi Raila Amolo Odinga, kwa sababu wanamtusi Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? The church has completely failed. The church in Kenya is a letdown. The church in Kenya is not speaking against the evils that are happening in the society. The church in Kenya needs to reinvent itself. That is my take, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.